Be honest, how long have you been saying you're going to change? 6 months, a year, maybe 5? Here's the truth. Nothing changes if nothing changes. And in the next 90 days, your entire life could look radically different if you do what I'm about to show you. See, most people wait for the perfect time. They think they'll change when they have more money or when their kids are older or when they finally feel ready. But the brutal truth is, if you don't make a different move now, you'll be in the same exact spot 90 days from today. In this video, I'm going to give you a simple 90-day change framework so you can finally break the cycle, flip the script on your excuses, and start living the life you have been talking about. If you've ever felt stuck, this is your turning point. If we haven't met before, my name's Eileen Wilder, and in the past few years, I have grown my business to multiple millions of dollars, coaching and consulting other people who were stuck like myself just a few short years ago. Up until that point, I was close to 40 and broke. So if you're just getting started in business or just getting started getting unstuck, I'm here for you and with you. If you've been in the game a little while and you already have a business and perhaps you've made hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars in revenue, this too will help you elevate your mindset so you can keep crushing it. Many times as entrepreneurs, we can get in a rut. We can hit a plateau and we don't know how to get unstuck. And videos like this can be a key shift and a key turning point to get us back in that right mood, to give us that inspiration, to burst us forth so we can experience that increase that you and I know is possible. In this video, I'm going to kick it off by giving you a brief 30-second introduction of where I was and how I got there and how you can too. Do you think about it, being close to 40 and broke, now I'm 46, about 5 or 6 years later, grow my business to multiple millions of dollars. So what happened just a few short years ago? How did I go from being in a small 2-bedroom apartment to now living a life of my dreams, having the home that we want, travel, all the things that you would necessarily think when you've made it? How could it happen so quickly? Well, the very first key that I'm going to go over right now and throughout this video is if you can shift your environment, you can shift your whole life. If you can shift the place that you're in, the physical place that you're in. I'm not going to talk about just like theoretical environment. No, I'm talking about if you'll move, if you'll go, if you'll leave and put yourself in an environment, in a place, everything will change almost overnight. It's such a key hack that nobody does. And let me tell you how I learned it. When I was stuck, broke as a joke, and just stuck like Chuck in a pickup truck, I met a pastor who was super friendly at a pastor's conference. His name was Leon, Pastor Leon. And Pastor Leon was pouring my heart out to Pastor Leon, kind of just like, almost like I was at a confessional. I was like, this is all my problems. I had this big dream to reach a lot of people, to write books, to speak, to impact thousands, if not millions. Let me ask you watching this video, do you similarly have a dream, have an inspiration, have a desire? Do you see yourself affecting the lives of other people? Do you see yourself on stage? Let me know in the comments below and be like, yes, like I also have that similar dream. It resonates with me. So I'm pouring my heart out to Leon, Pastor Leon, and he said, Eileen, I've got to be real with you. Like, if you don't leave the place that you're at right now, you're not going to get there. He said, I can think of 3 key places, 3 key cities that you could move to right now. If you will shift your environment, Eileen, you will shift your whole life. And when he said that, I was like, just knew that it felt right. It felt true. What I didn't understand is how powerful the environment that you're in right now is affecting everything from your behavior to your mindset to your habits. Everything in your life is being affected by the environment. In fact, Pastor Leon said, where would you move if you could move anywhere in the world? And I was like, oh. And then immediately I saw palm trees. I was like, oh, I would love to live somewhere warm. I was living someplace in the northern states. And he said, you should move there. He said, well, what kind of friends would you like to have? What kind of mentors would you like to have? Tell me what you want to do. I started listing off all the things, and he started naming environments that I could go to shift my life. Now, am I telling you to move? No, maybe, I don't know. You tell me. Are you in an environment right now where you're growing and where you're thriving? Are you around mentors who you trust? Are you surrounded by friends, peers that are influencing you? And in all the categories of life, your influence from them is improving. Are they helping you improve spiritually, physically, with your health, your business? Is it growing? Like your mentality, like your mindset, Is everything growing because of those influences? Let me give you a different expression of this, but if you start to think with me, wow, okay, maybe it's my environment that could shift everything. Think about this. I had a mentor tell me one time, Eileen, you'll close more sales if you get out of the apartment that you're in and you go start to close more sales in a luxury car or a beautiful office. I was like, what? He was like, yeah. You shift your environment, you're going to shift it your whole life. I was like, you're saying I'm going to close more sales if I'm driving a nice car? He's like, oh yeah. I was like, wow. So what I did is I went car shopping that very day, started looking at different cars, and I didn't have a lot of money, but I took my money and I think I started leasing that car, and I immediately started closing higher ticket, more premium offers with more frequency in that luxury vehicle. You can't tell me your environment is not affecting everything about you. If you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling depressed, what I would encourage you to do is immediately don't try to overcome it through thinking your way out of it. Simply overcome it by shifting your environment, going somewhere. Here's some great tips for you, okay? In the 90-day change framework, what I want you to do is shift your environment. Spend the first month brainstorming different environments. For instance, when I heard from Pastor Leon that if I would shift my environment, I would change my life, I started traveling to different cities simply to try them on. Like I went shopping. I went environment shopping to different cities. We went to Southern California, cities in Texas, Florida, shifting our environment to try to see if even energetically we loved it, if we felt aligned. We were traveling to different churches trying to figure out, is this the right environment? Is this the right mentor? I want you to spend the first 30 days simply environment shopping. Now, if you know you're not supposed to leave your town, and I'm not, you're going to watch this video and tell your husband or your spouse, Eileen told me to move. You don't have to move. What I want you to think about is, could you rent an office? Could you get out of your home bedroom? Could you buy a nice vehicle? Could you go to a coffee shop and work? I'm telling you, shift your environment, you're going to shift your whole life. Now, can we even talk about shifting your friend circle? Okay, let's go there for a hot second. Not everyone in your life right now is meant to go with you into the next season. Some people have been there to build you for a season, and then they're meant to go on their merry way toward their purpose and toward what God's calling them to do. So you need to hold the relationships in your life lightly, no clinging to people, and understand that the choice and selection and intention that you have with your friends needs to be very high. You need to place a very high premium on your energy and your time, and be very selective, making sure that the people around you are helping you achieve your goals. I remember when I was trying to cut back unhealthy eating and over drinking and all these things, and I started evaluating the circle that I was surrounding myself in, and noticing that some of these friends were helping me in a lot of areas, but not in all areas. And then when I kind of recognized that, I've noticed other people who were helping me up level in every category of life started coming in. So I just want to simply draw your awareness right now to thinking thoughtfully and deeply about the influences that you're being surrounded with. It's affecting your life exponentially. I'm sure you would agree. Let me know down in the comments below if you agree. Wow, our friends are very influential, okay? Now, getting into masterminds, getting into coaching groups, this is a great way that you can kind of hack and shortcut this finding great influences in your life, getting around mentors, getting around people who are high performers, making more money than you, getting in bigger rooms. These are great ways that you can kind of skip levels. So you start to form friendships and relationships that wind up helping you achieve your goals. Okay. So we're going to shift your environment, shift your life. So the first month, I just want you to do this. Here's what I want you to do is have fun. I want you to have fun environment shopping. Maybe you're going to leave this video, or you're going to leave a comment below and be like, let me know what you want to buy or where you want to go down in the comments below. You'd be like, Eileen told me to buy a new car. I'll be like, yes. Go get that environment that's going to fire you up, energize you, raise that vibration, bring you into a new state, a new level, because that is how you are going to make more money. So first step, let's shift your environment. It just kind of to underscore this point, think about how God told Abraham in Genesis to leave the place where he had been. He was like, go from this town, go from the land of Ur and leave. But you know what's so remarkable? God did not tell Abraham where he was going. The only instruction In fact, in the Hebrew, the word leave meant to start walking. The only instruction that Abraham got from God to go to his next level and maybe to go to your next level is to start walking. Can I get a witness? To leave what's been familiar, leave what you have known and been the same old, to leave that place and shift your environment. Now, as he went, the clarity came. As you're going to go, as you walk, as you shop, as you test, as you pray, you will gain the clarity of what you're supposed to do next. But I would encourage you, shift that environment, baby. You're going to go to a new level. All right. Next point is I want you to do what's called a decade in a day. So after we hit those first 30 days, next 30 days, decade in a day. What is this? Interviewing for 10 minutes. I'm going to walk you through it. People who are doing what you've always wanted to do to gain a decade worth of wisdom in a day. Isn't that powerful? I heard Tim Ferriss talk about the quickest way to shortcut your way to success is simply asking someone who's been there before key takeaways and key lessons that you could gain a decade. Think about this, a decade worth of knowledge downloaded to you in a day. So cool, right? Like you could learn it the hard way, or you could ask for wisdom. The scripture says to prize wisdom above everything. In all you're getting, get understanding. Like this is the key, is getting wisdom and understanding from people who've done it already before. So when I first heard Tim Ferriss talk about this, if you can imagine me kind of overweight, depressed, living in my home in Maryland, I started reaching out. And I'm going to give you some tips. I'll maybe include a script down in the comments below where you can ask these questions of people. So you'd ask, you'd reach out to your warm network, your friends, do you guys know of anybody who's, for instance, an author? Do you know of anybody who's written a book or an author? Or maybe here watching this video, you want to build your business. You'd ask hey, do you guys know anybody who's doing over $1 million or anyone who's doing over $10 million? Do you guys know anybody that has achieved this thing that you want to achieve? And you're going to find people are going to be very generous back to you. Yeah, this person and this person, I heard about this person, I heard this person knows that person. Maybe you could reach out. Maybe you could tell them I sent you. Maybe there's you just send them a text, or I'll three-way a conversation chat with all of us and get us connected. I think that this person has done that or knows somebody that's done that. And that's all you want, is you want to get a lead, get a hunch, right? I remember being on the phone with an author. She had written a book and I was so excited to talk to a real author. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Her name was Susan. And I was like, this is amazing. Can you tell me what this was like for you? And I began to ask these questions that I'll put in the script below and just gain wisdom. I'd be like, hey, what mistakes should I avoid? What pitfalls should I go? What's the first move that you think I should do? How does this all work? And she just poured into me. And we actually developed a great relationship and friendship from that. And then at the end of the call, I said, Susan, this has been so valuable to me. Is there anybody else in your network that I could also interview? You've been so generous with your time. Is there anybody else that you know that I could also keep learning from? She recommended 3 other nice, beautiful women that had been authors. It was the coolest experience probably that I've ever had in my whole life. And I got so much wisdom. They were like, don't work with this person. They were telling me all the things. And this is what's going to happen for you. You may find entrepreneurs, business owners, maybe brick and mortar, coaches, consultants, agency owners, people doing what it is that you've always wanted to do, paying forward to you 10 years of experience in less than a day. Your mission for your next 30 days after you're starting to shift that environment is to do some decade in a days. I would love for you to do about 10 following the script down below. I wrote my book within 9 months after that call. Isn't that great? So the goal that you want, you can hit it. You can get it. You can hit that big goal. Maybe you want to, I don't know what it is for you. Let me know in the comments below. Is it a revenue goal? Do you want to hit $100,000? Do you want to make your first $1 million? Start talking to some millionaires. You're going to get some fantastic advice and great ideas. So that's the next 30 days in your 90-day framework. Last 90 days, this is the last stretch of the last 30 days. It's called the do it now phase. Do it now. I first heard about this phrase. They call it a self-starter phrase, or some authors call it an auto-suggestion. Isn't that cool? Maybe some people call it an affirmation. I'm not sure. Whatever you want to call it, the phrase is do it now. W. Clement Stone, who was an author, philanthropist, eventual billionaire in the 1940s, coined this phrase for his sales force. He had an insurance army, and he made his insurance agents say this phrase 100 times a day. 100 times a day, W. Clement Stone made his employees say that. He made them say, do it now, 100 times a day. In fact, I read that he lived in a high-rise apartment building and he made himself say it 100 times before the elevator hit floor number 1. Can you imagine being in the elevator being like, do it now, do it now, do it now, do it now, do it now? Why was he so enthusiastic about this auto-suggestion phrase? Here's the reason why. Because the number one enemy of wealth is not your mindset, it's delay. I love to say it like this: procrastination is the assassination of your destination. The enemy of your dreams, the enemy of your next level, the enemy of your millions, the enemy of your family's legacy and your name being carried on through generations and trust funds getting carried on through the generations in your family, and the impact of your message and your movement is on the other side of you doing it now. Do it now. So delay is coming after you. It's coming after me. It is our common enemy. To do it tomorrow, right? To do it next year. Someday, when I'm ready, when I'm more smart, when I've read enough books, when I've done XYZ, when I've gone to school, got the certification, all of that, I'm here to tell you, is noise and is causing delay. 40 years I wanted to write a book. After doing the decade in a day, I did it in 9 months. It's delay. Delay is the thing that's stressing you out. Delay is the actual thing causing anxiety. Delay is the actual thing that's causing overwhelm and depression. It's delay. Now, what overcomes delay and where all the energy's at is in doing it now. And what's beautiful about this is you can do something so small and it's going to cause a surge of joy, a surge of energy, a surge of love and excitement. See, we don't crave so much perfection as we crave progress. So when you're in progress, when you're in momentum, when you're in motion, you feel amazing. And that's what this 90-day change plan is meant to do, is to get you unstuck, getting you hitting your goal in 90 days or less, simply by shifting your environment, doing a decade in a day. Let's go. And ladies and gentlemen, type "do it now" in the comments if you're ready to stop delaying and start moving toward your goal this minute. Let's go. Type "do it now," do it now, say it out loud, do it now. If you'll do this, I guarantee everything in your life can shift almost overnight. I want to say thanks again for watching and being a part of this community and this YouTube page. There's plenty of videos here. I would encourage you to keep going further and further. If you are a coach, consultant, entrepreneur, and you're looking to grow and scale your business, if you're looking to 2x, 5x, 10x your revenue, click the link below. Dive into our resources that are here to serve you. And I want to say thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.